Beyond. Man. Our guest is shaking. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 99 of Podcast Beyond.
We're standing on the precipice of darkness.
We are right there. I am your host, Chris Roper. Greg Miller, what's going on?
I'm trying to figure out what Ryan Geddes is doing for lunch.
Ooh.
Because I'm trying to see if I don't want to take a giant break out of my day here.
Yeah.
I got to get lunch. Maybe he can just pick up something for me.
There you go. Keep us informed.
Okay.
Ryan, what's happening?
Hey, I'm sick, so I'm making some tea.
That's good, with some honey.
Yep, I got a little thing of honey in there. I'm going to add it to my tea at the opportune moment.
Sam, what's happening?
Nada.
Nothing?
That's it. Nothing.
Yep.
Nothing.
And we have a fifth member in the room today.
Special guest.
Special guest,
Yes.
Colin Moriarty.
I'm
here.
You may remember
The
talking
man,
to
the myth,
him
the
in
legend.
Fallout 3. He had information on where your father is.
Yep,
He is here.
I knew.
Colin,
He's also a trophy whore.
yeah.
I am a trophy whore. Yes.
Yes, self-admitted trophy whore. Colin works on our guides team. Requested to be on the show,
He's
so
in
here
good
he
company.
is.
I'm here now.
Episode 99.
Now, what podcast? You're a big TRL guy, so
Yeah, which is
you've
weird.
been on the not editor beatdown. To Catch an Editor.
Yeah.
What show have you not been on? Have you been on GameScoop ever?
No, I haven't been on GameScoop. I've been
Okay.
on TRL maybe at least probably 10 or 15 times.
Yeah,
and I
you're
don't
a
even
good
own an
addition.
Xbox, so that's a little weird.
Yeah, and you just, but you mostly play PS3.
Yeah, I play PS3.
So you belong here,
yeah.
is what you're saying.
Yeah, now
Why you
I'm
filming
at
the
home
show.
now.
There you go. We actually mentioned you last week, saying you were one of the people in the office that plays PS3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. Let's get right into the show with the Roper Report.
Time for some news.
All right, so first a bunch of release date information. Dirt 2 is coming out September 8th. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is coming out on the PSN on August 13th, which is a few weeks behind when it hits Xbox Live on July 29th.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
that's what I'm saying.
That's a swear word.
FIFA 10, which
It's an acronym.
now, when it was like FIFA 08, FIFA 09, Madden 08, Madden 09, that was fine because you could tell the year. Now that it's Madden 10, FIFA 10, NHL 10, it sounds like the 10th game.
Yeah, I don't like that.
But yeah, I don't
We're
like
well
it either.
past
But
that
anyway,
now.
that's coming out October 2nd. Bioshock 2 is coming out in 2010 now at some point. So, yeah, there's all that kind of stuff. Another possible actual retail game release is that there are rumors that a Little Big Planet Game of the Year edition is coming at some point this year,
Interesting.
which would be pretty cool, along with every other Game of the Year editions of, Fallout's coming and stuff like that. It's assumed that this would have a bunch of DLC already in it, so hopefully like the Metal Gear stuff and like God of War, which was a pre-order bonus, that would be in it, that kind of stuff. That'd be kind of cool. Killzone 2 is getting its third major piece of DLC called Napalm and Cordite.
Whoa.
Nice.
Comes with 2 new maps, has the bolt gun and flamethrower available
Yes.
for multiplayer, which are just laying around the map. You just pick them up. You don't have to earn them as part of your upgrades or whatever, which is pretty cool.
I hate earning stuff.
Yeah, there you go. Fallout
to you
DLC, speaking of Fallout, is coming to the PS3 in September, so it's a little bit later than they had originally expected. The cool news about this is that while the packs are basically coming out in the same order they did on the 360, the first one that's going to hit the PS3 is Broken Steel, which is the pack that raises the limit cap up to 30.
Oh, nice.
So, like Colin, you were saying, because you've played Fallout for how many hours now?
Probably 400 or 500 hours. Yeah.
400 or 500 hours, yeah.
And you're not exaggerating, right?
No,
I mean,
not
this is
at
the
all.
guide. This is your
Yeah, that
giant guide.
Yeah, that guide is like my opus.
Yeah. So,
Mr. Moriarty's opus.
but in your case and a lot of other people, when the Pit came out, which was our Operation Anchorage and then the Pit,
Right.
or the Pit was after that, but Operation Anchorage would come out. If you're already level 20, you're playing it, you're not getting anything new. So this is kind of cool. Broken Steel will give you 30. Then as you're playing Operation Anchorage and the other ones, you'll be earning new levels, which is cool.
To be fair, I think Anchorage has a stagnant level, because it's a simulation. But the Pit was a waste for me because I was already a level 20, and so now you'll be able to earn it. Broken Steel being out first is great.
Yeah.
No.
Now my level cap carries over, right? So when I get it, I can play Broken Steel, get up to 30,
Right.
whatever, higher than I am now, and then go back to the normal game and keep earning.
Yeah, you
level
can
cap.
keep going. As far as I know, you can keep, even if you miss some side quests or whatever, you can go to the Pit, you can go to Point Lookout when those things are out, get abducted by
Excellent,
some aliens if you want. So,
There you go.
Yeah.
There are rumors from the likes of GameStop and a couple other retailers that they are now listing January release dates for MAG. Sony is not commenting on that.
Oh, they
but-
are commenting.
Huh?
They commented.
Did
on
they
that story.
comment?
Yeah, I got the comment.
Oh, well, the comment that I saw in the story said that they don't have a comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a comment.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Their comment is, yeah, we have nothing
They
to
don't
announce at this time.
comment?
Yeah, there you go.
And we've never had a release date for MAG, they say.
Yeah. And the last bit of information that I
Don't
have
back them on
here
this.
is that
Back you.
that game company, who is famous for Flow and Ryan's favorite Flower, is working on a totally different game, quote unquote.
Flow.
So, yeah, that's maybe what it is.
I'm hoping they're doing something with the motion controller.
Yeah.
Those guys are awfully good.
Yeah.
At
So good.
Flower was cool.
There you go. That's the news for the week. Now, Colin,
Yo.
you play video games.
I do play video games.
Sometimes when you go out and you've played enough of Fallout that you need to work on going and playing a different game,
Right.
And you go to stores and you're like, how would I figure out what games are new this week? Can anybody in the room help Colin figure out what games are new in stores this week?
Sir. I have the official IGN list of upcoming PlayStation software on all 3 platforms by the IGN editors.
Thank God.
Man, it's a good thing I was going to say you're screwed.
PS3, PSP, and PS2 all get NCAA 10. PSP, not new games technically, but get greatest hits editions of Marvel Ultimate Alliance and Tony Hawk Pro Skater 8 or whatever. Yeah, it was what
Project
it was, right?
8.
Project 8.
Yeah.
So Tony Hawk Project 8. There you go.
That wasn't a whole lot. Ryan, have
And
you
that is
gotten
the
any
problem
word
right now.
from Zombie Blogneck yet?
Oh, yes, I did, except you caught me at a most inopportune time
He's
because I'm
mixing
trying
honey
to
into his
add
tea.
honey
Do you want
to
some?
tea.
Do you want some tea with your honey?
Oh,
Man, that is a lot.
You see what I did?
All right. I was really focusing there
what you
because I
did
wanted
there.
this to go well. Now the tea bag fell in there and I can't get it back out.
Teabagging.
I didn't say anything about teabagging.
You
I'm talking
mentioned
about my
the teabag.
tea.
The tea bag fell in.
Yeah,
It fell
here's-
into the crevice.
Here's the problem, though, is that we don't have a garbage can in the podcast room anymore,
Nah,
so I
just eat
can't
it.
throw this out.
Yeah.
Meh.
Put it on
Like a
there.
man. Come on, be a man.
What have you learned from Zombie Blogneck?
Anyway,
let it soak.
actually, Zombie Blogneck is still off the radar right now,
Ooh.
so I learned this from another one of his minions. So we have a bunch coming to the PlayStation Store today. We've got a downloadable game in the form of Namco Museum Essentials. We have some add-ons in the form of Little Big Planet Ghostbusters costumes. In the PSP world, we have Holy Invasion of Privacy Badman, What Did I Do to Deserve This? Comes out today, as well as Unbound Saga comes out today. There's a new edition of Pulse. There's a demo for Trash Panic and Fuel. There's also a bunch of college football themes. I don't know if Mizzou is included. Did Mizzou ever get on there?
They did, yes.
Okay, good.
Well, they had a college theme when the basketball tournament was going on.
Okay. And also, there is a big one-week summer sale that cuts the prices of Flock, Wipeout HD, Savage Moon, Crash Commando, Pixel Junk Eden, and more. So there's quite a bit going on. I don't know what the prices have been cut to.
A lot of those are very, very good games.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's stuff
So
we're
the
picking
fact
up.
that they cut the price on all that is pretty neat.
Yeah, so if you
But,
don't have those, go definitely check those things out.
Yes.
For those of all 6 people that play home,
Yeah.
the Namco Museum thing actually unlocks stuff in home. It's the first PSN game that actually does that.
You get a little
So,
hat and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I had from the Japanese one.
Yeah, there you go.
But the cabinets didn't work. Are the cabinets in the U.S. one?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, they are, but
Yeah.
the cabinets still don't work. They're just there. You can put the cabinet in your home, but you can't play the cabinet there.
Oh,
It's
that
just
sucks.
like a
Breaking news.
We have this on the thing.
Tea and honey is excellent for a sore throat.
There you go. Now you heard it here first. So for pick of the week, I guess it's got to be NCAA.
Yep.
There you go.
Hillary liked it.
Yeah, he liked it.
I liked last year's. Nobody else here played it. I liked last year's game a lot. I haven't played this one.
Hillary-
We are not going to do Dynasty because that was a freaking train wreck.
What's up?
For PSP gamers, I mean, I've played Holy Invasion a bunch. You'll see a review going up for that today, and it is a good game. So I think it's probably worth a download, despite it being very frustrating because of the difficulty. And what have you thought of Unbound Saga so far? Have you played enough of it, or
No, I'm still playing. I should have a
chugging
review
away?
up tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you
There you
think have you had a positive reaction to it so far, or just
The
a
story's
meh?
really, really good. I mean,
Okay.
the thing. I mean, I'm sure people picked up on it from the thing is that it's just a classic. I'm walking from here to here, punching everybody, and doing this beatdown, yada yada. And that part hasn't grabbed me as much. It is fun to update the character, upgrade their moves and stuff along those lines. But it's a mix. I don't know how in the end what the balance will
Okay.
be perfectly. But while we're speaking of it, I'll just drop this in now. We are holding a competition that's starting right here. It's not even a competition. I'm sorry. We are holding a contest that is starting right here and linking into Twitter. Podcast Beyond and Twitter are getting it on right now.
That is so
in the
meta.
bed of the internet. If you would like a fairly cool Unbound Saga statue that has been given to IGN,
It is cool.
which
Really nice, actually.
features both Rick and Lori in statuesque glory,
Nice rhyme.
and Lori is wearing a revealing outfit. What you need to
The
do
poet, he didn't even know.
is Twitter at IGN.com. The question I'm asking you Twitter the answer. The question is, on the first episode of Podcast Beyond ever, what is the song I covered for the ending song? Our first ending song ever, I need, or not me, but at IGN.com needs who sang it and what the song was. There you go. So now you go to your computer and you go at IGN.com. Well, you do this on Twitter, not just in a
You
Word
just do it. You
document.
just type at
Nah.
IGN.
Yeah.
Go to Twitter. On your
Nothing
Twitter,
open.
you put at
No
IGN.com and then band name and title of the song, or song title and band name.
Stacy's gonna be really confused.
Yeah, no, she
More?
knows. She knows
Okay.
what she's doing.
My
So-
God, man.
We'll see. So there we go. Trophy tips for the week. Do we have anything? Trophy tips.
Yes, we do. But it's more of a I need your help with this trophy tip. Sam and I were talking about these SingStar trophies earlier. I'm setting out on a campaign because I need that platinum. That's right up my alley. The tip would be, you think it's fixed, but I'm pretty sure because I just got it last week before I moved. Or 2 weeks ago before I moved.
I was under the impression they patched it out.
There's a broken way to get a gold trophy in SingStar where you have to go and you have to find videos that have been seen more than 1,000 times and have a 4-star rating. You rate them, then you rate 5 to 10 of them, something like that. You back out, and it should give you the gold for saying that somebody came in and rated your stuff 4 stars 8,000 times or some insane amount.
It is an absolutely ridiculous requirement.
So there's an easy one for you to pick up. However, I need you right now, Podcast Beyond listeners who own SingStar, to help me get the rest of my trophies. As you know, trophies were patched in late. In the beginning of SingStar, people visit my page all the time, but then it kind of dropped off. We're currently going through SingStar Renaissance in the IGN office. I'm off my game today. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
SingStar Renaissance in IGN office right now, where Clements, Christine, all sorts of folks pop up at my house all the time now to play SingStar. So I've just gone in, cleared out my comments. I made about space for 40 brand new comments in my profile, put up 3 or 4 or 2 or 3 new videos. I'm hoping to get more video slots, but put up more videos. Clements is on there being a crazy fool, grabbing Ryan Geddes. Jack is on there, and Geddes pops up and yanks his shirt off. Good times to be had. So what I need you folks to do is go visit my SingStar profile, which is Game Over Greggy, GGY. So Game Over Greggy, you go there. You need to look at my profile because I need to get 200 visits, which I guess they just started counting since the trophies went up. Because I have had way more than that in the beginning because my comments were maxed out. But anyways, visit the profile page. Then you have to go to. I need to get 200 plus views of one piece of media in 1 week. So I need you all to go look at the videos. Then you go look at Jack and Natalie singing because that's when Ryan pops up and rips off his shirt. Not Ryan Clements, Ryan Geddes. Right. That's a good one to do.
I'm so confused right now.
You rate it because I also need 8,000 views of all my media total. So I basically need you all to go view as much of my media as possible. Make sure you view the one for the 200, then view everything else I got there. Plenty of crazy photos documenting IGN.
What did you just say?
Go to SingStar, check my page, and then look at all my stuff and rate it.
Okay.
There it is.
We'll give you an update. So we have 1 week to do this. Next week, or I guess next week's the clip show, but I'll tell somebody ahead of time what to do. So there you go.
So that's the reverse trophy tip then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I just gave you an easy gold. Now come help me.
There you go. That's an easy one. All right. Topic of the week.
Topic
of the week. So I will credit this one to Ryan. So we're coming up to 100.
Yeah,
right very soon, which we'll come back to what's going to go down in that episode at the end of this one.
That's more than 99.
Yes, it is. 99 plus 1, basic math.
But I can count.
You have 100 fingers? That's kind of crazy.
I do. I'm a very special boy.
So since we're kind of wrapping up the end of this era, per se, even though the show is going to continue on, but we're going to we'll do a little kind of report card thing on how Sony's doing versus Microsoft and Nintendo, how the PS3 is facing up against the Wii and the 360. Ryan, since this was your idea, why don't you kick this off?
All right. Well, I think that for the most part, I'm still pleased with all the consoles in their own way. Being the diplomat that I am, I can't really pick a favorite, even though my favorite is the PS3. I do own all the systems. I think that the Wii definitely has, bolstered its library with a couple really good games. I actually haven't really heard of many good games as of late, though. I mean, unless you count Wii Sports Resort or something, which I have. But I have no interest in it.
Yeah, I know.
And the 360, I'm still playing Halo Wars, which I think is one of the greatest games ever made.
Love it.
Love that game. But I think the PS3 is doing pretty well right now for itself, despite its problems and its hardships. I think it still has the most exciting library coming up. Can't think of any other. I mean, can you even name any other games that are as big and anticipated as Gran Turismo, Last Guardian, Uncharted 2, God of War 3?
Yeah,
Resistance 3.
So on Microsoft's
it's a giveaway.
At Microsoft's end, there's Mass Effect 2.
Yep.
Which is a big game.
No one cares.
Alan Wake.
I'm kidding.
Alan Wake. There's Forza 3. There's the Halo games. Yep. There's both Reach and
ODST.
And ODST.
Totally. I always forget about those. Why do I keep forgetting about
Even though
those?
you're playing Halo Wars.
I know.
Interesting.
Because Halo Wars is the only one that matters.
Selective memory. But so Microsoft does have some pretty big games.
Yeah, those are
although,
true.
which, like you already said, I don't know what's coming out for the Wii that's new. I mean, there's the There's Metroid Prime Trilogy.
I was just about to say that's probably the most exciting thing right now.
No More Heroes 2 I'm actually excited about because I love the first one. It is
Yeah.
a really good game.
And I mean, there's Mario Galaxy 2 at some point, and Metroid Other M looks cool, but I don't know when that's coming out.
Yeah.
But that's as far as I can remember, that's about it.
Yeah,
and that's like, and I'm including things that I'm even half interested in playing there.
Yeah.
And that
I think the Wii still dominates in terms of just getting old school content up there, though, right? I mean, like,
Well,
no
yeah,
one
'cause
can
it's got the
even
Virtual
hold.
Console.
I know, but that's what I'm
it's all
saying. No one
overpriced.
can hold a candle to that, and that's one of my favorite things about that system. Is just that I have access to this huge library.
And you
Now-
can pay out the ass for all those games too.
Yeah. Colin, now let me
too
go to you.
expensive
You
for
mentioned at the
$5?
beginning of the show that you don't have a
not too bad.
360.
Right.
Do you have a Wii?
Yes, I do.
Why? Okay, let's focus on the 360 then. Why do you not have a 360 yet?
Well, to me, I actually wrote a blog about this that got mixed results last week from the readers or whatever, where I basically, it's a consumer item, and the thing breaks. It's almost guaranteed to break. So just on principle alone, I won't buy it. And not to mention, it sounds like a jet engine when you turn it on, and things of this nature. But I'm not going to buy a product that is clearly half-assed and is basically guaranteed to break. I can only imagine. We've gone through several 360s on the guides in the 2 years I've worked here. And around the office, there's dead Xbox 360s everywhere. You don't really have that
There are just
problem.
mountains of them.
You don't really have that problem with PS3. I don't have any problem with Microsoft. As a company, I just I think Sony's offering a far superior product with the PS3. That's my opinion. And as far as the Wii's concerned, it had promise. I think the Virtual Console ended up being actually a dud because they really made it sound to be more than it really
It sounded like it
ended
was
up
going to be
being.
awesome. I remember being really excited for it, and I don't even worry about it.
Well, they acted like they were going to flood games on it, and there was going to be this, that, and the other thing, and now you have like old Koei games and like ridiculous things like going up on instead of I want to see like all good Capcom games and Konami games and stuff like that. So.
You don't think like putting out like what? Aren't they still putting out 3 games a week on that?
Yeah,
or did they stop?
it's like 2 or 3 games with the WiiWare and stuff like that. But it's
Yeah,
and Mega Man 1, 2, and 3 are on there. All the Castlevanias, that's cool. But I expected more out of it. And
I remember when it first started checking on IGN, and looking at what Matt was going to say was coming out that Monday, and being so excited every
Right.
Monday to see what was coming. And now I never check it. I just don't even care anymore.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like, with the Wii, I was just disappointed because I actually really loved the GameCube, and me and Nintendo go way back, like so many of us go way back with Nintendo, and I wanted to like the Wii, and I did for a little while, but I think a lot of the hey, get us.
Ryan Geddes was very uninformative in what he was getting for lunch, so I hung up on his.
we can let him
his
come in,
aim
right?
in anger. I was so angry at his non-answers that I just hung up on aim and put it down. I was
He was
like, I'm
making
done.
nom noises.
Where are you going? You going Hitachi?
I was by myself then.
Are you going Hitachi? Well, I'm not going with you. I was trying to give you $5 just to give you something.
Guess, come here.
I think I'm going to Derby Dance.
Never dance.
Guess, come here. Get on the podcast for a second.
Brian Geddes, everybody.
Yep.
You were on episode 90-something, I believe.
People, I
a
don't
little
have to
bit
sing a
ago.
song, do I?
No.
right.
No, you're cool.
See, I don't-
you are wearing a cat shirt
That's
with a golden tongue.
amazing shirt.
It's amazing.
That is incredible.
It's called Grilled Kitty. It's the name of the shirt.
It's pretty awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why are you on here, Colin?
That's a good question.
Colin plays the PS3.
He does.
Yeah, I'm like the only other
one of the
person
few.
in the
Yeah.
office.
Now, wait. Let me ask you this. So, before you get out of here, our topic of the week that we're talking about right now is how Sony and the PS3 is doing up against the 360 and the Wii. And basically, everybody here can't think of many games that's coming out for the Wii that we're looking forward to. Mario Galaxy, Metroid, or Galaxy 2, Metroid Other M.
Super Mario again, whatever it is. What is the name
Whatever.
called?
Oh yeah, the RPG or the multiplayer one.
Yeah.
But as far as the 360 goes, I already called out things like Forza and the 2 Halos and
Alan Wake.
and
Mass Effect 2.
Mass Effect 2. What is your stance? You were formerly on the Xbox 360 team.
Sure.
What is your stance on how Sony is doing versus Microsoft right now?
I think I'm really excited about what they have coming up down the line. Like right now, I don't see anything great like that I'm looking for in the next couple of months. I mean, you got Gran Turismo coming up. You got Last Guardian, which looks really cool. White Knight Chronicles.
Uncharted 2.
Last Guardian.
Heavy Rain.
You already said
Did I mention that? Okay. Heavy Rain.
Rain?
That was the one I was thinking of. Heavy Rain. All those are like games that I'm really excited about. But like, I don't know. I'm kind of unclear on the dates on those. I don't know like when
They're
coming out.
pretty
They
much
just-
all
Everyone,
2010. What you just said,
Okay.
yeah.
So until then, I mean, I think the Xbox 360 is still the win.
What?
Yeah, I mean,
Uncharted 2.
See ya.
That's
I
this
mean-
year.
I liked Uncharted.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know, Uncharted 2. I mean, I'll play it, but
Well,
I mean,
don't do
I'm
me any
not, like,
favors, all right?
Super excited.
Just give me a sandwich
And
for
the
the money I
Wii,
gave you. That's all you need to do.
the Wii, interestingly, is for babies.
Yeah.
That's where I stand on that.
Right up.
Yeah, but no, I can't think of anything that I really am interested in on the Wii coming up soon.
All right. Good.
That's my take. Why is honey in here?
That's
I don't actually.
Ryan,
I actually
He dumped
don't want to know.
this thing was full before the
Can I
whole
give
thing
you
started.
a pro tip with the honey? Make sure it doesn't go anywhere near your chest hair.
Oh no.
Yeah, you'd think it would be fun, but it's really not. I mean, the cleanup.
This is so disgusting.
Jokes on you. I don't have any.
I'm kind of intrigued.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you want from the sandwich place, Greg?
Well, am I just owing you extra dollars?
I don't know.
Wait, are you going with
All right,
Nate?
cool.
I'm going to go with Hill.
Oh, with Hill.
See, I just don't want to slow down the next part of the show. Not this show, but the next show. So I'm trying to get it in balls in motion. I'll just take. Can I just get a roast beef sandwich?
Actually, sure. Do you want anything special on it?
No. Well, whatever. They do like the giant everything crazy sandwich, right?
What kind of bread you want?
Soft roll.
All right, we're getting this rolling now.
Damn.
Everything in the soft roll. There you go.
There we go.
Everything soft roll roast beef sandwich.
No onions. If they try to put onions on there, stop them.
I will slap it out of their hands.
Now everybody knows what Greg likes to eat.
Yeah.
So at least there was some.
You're going to get a roast
No
beef
onions.
sandwich from the
Well,
man.
we got
Bye, guys.
libations coming
Yeah.
for the celebration.
That is correct. Yeah.
Now people can just start sending food.
Yep.
Hey, Ro,
Sandwiches that take
can
a
I
week
just
to
make
get
one
here.
more point about the Wii real quick?
Yeah, yeah.
That I think is important because you were talking about software sales are not good on the Wii right now, except
No.
for very good, like certain games. Mad World sold like garbage, and I think the MPD comes out today. Conduit's going to sell bad too. I'm just throwing that out there. And those were games people were really looking forward to. So I think Wii is really losing its hardcore base pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm in 100% agreement with that because the last time that I played my Wii was Mario Galaxy.
Yeah,
And
that's except for the Virtual Console. That's the last game I think I played on it as well. So,
Yeah, and at this point, I don't care. I mean, I don't really like the controller very much, but it's for me, it's kind of like if I'm repeatedly turning on my system, I'm more inclined to play more games on that. And since I'm never playing the Wii, then it's got to be something special to make me turn it back on again.
It's a giant stumbling block to getting. I'm interested in Wii Sports Resort, but I don't think I'll buy it because not only do I don't want to really invest in another Wii game. It's that then I have to go out and get another motion controller because the game's only fun when you play, or the Wii Motion Plus,
right?
Because it's only fun that stuff's only fun when you play with somebody, but it only comes with one Wii Motion Plus.
So you got to go buy another one.
Yeah, so I'd be playing.
And when
by
is the
myself.
next time you're going to use it?
Exactly.
Probably never.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Hey, if nothing else, that is one of the best parts about the Wii is that so many people have them, at least for social
You can tell
get-togethers.
somebody to grab
You can just
something.
go to somebody else's house
Yeah,
and
it's
play all that
still,
stuff.
it's still a novelty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. What I'm confused about too is we have trophies and achievements. You
Yeah.
know? And Miyamoto has been really clear about saying that they're never going to do that on the Wii. Like,
Yeah.
and I think that's
any
kind
sense.
of a mistake because first of all, I think they have a really great opportunity with Virtual Console to add whatever they would call it onto all of the old games that they released. That would be how many people would download those games just to start racking up.
But
Oh, yeah,
would you?
yeah.
I mean, I can't see my friends that easily. You know what I mean? Like, there's no.
But see, here's the kind of cool thing, though, and this is a little bit different, is if you remember the Activision, the old classic games, Activision, what was that called? The PS2 game that had all the Activision games on it, the Atari games.
Well, now it's Atari or is it Activision?
No, but I mean,
No,
Activision
I know what
Atari
you're
games.
saying. Yeah.
Atari
2600.
Classics Evolved?
Not the classic.
No,
that
no,
was
no.
Capcom Classic Evolved.
No. There was an Atari cabinet.
Yeah,
game.
but whatever the Activision was phenomenal because it had
What was it called?
the patches that you could collect back in the early days, had commercials for those games.
Yeah, the commercials are awesome.
And it's got the manuals are in there. So the stuff like the commercials
Atari
and
Anthology? I mean,
Activision Anthology, that's
Thank
it.
you. Okay.
and that's got so much bonus content in there that if they were to do the same thing on the Virtual Console, where you say, hey, you can see original Super Mario Brothers costumes if you beat Super Mario Brothers, and you can unlock all this other kind of cool content. That would be awesome.
Yeah, it would be so cool.
And that is kind of a missed opportunity. Now, obviously, that's much more work for them as opposed to just taking the ROM and uploading and let the emulator do the work. But still, I mean, for something like Super Mario Brothers, I mean, that's regarded as the greatest game of all time. Doing a little bit something special for that, and then getting people into the Virtual Console to go in and play more stuff makes more sense.
Yeah, I don't know. It would be. It would just be cool to say an NES game would get 10 rewards, and an SNES game would get 20 rewards. And I mean, it really just must be as easy as sending a programmer in there, and just making triggers.
Well, they do
like
it. They
in
do
the
it
coding.
for stuff that they re-release on the PS3.
Right.
When there was Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection, they basically would let you do just golds that got triggered in the game.
But let me ask you this: what's the deal with, for instance, Wild Arms and Wild Arms 2 came out on PSN. I've played those games. I love those games. They're some of my favorite games ever.
He does love those games.
But I don't want to play, I guess the trophy is my carrot now to play those kinds of games.
Yeah.
And I wonder what's stopping them. Like, for instance, Wolfenstein got trophies, right? But Wolfenstein 3D or whatever.
Yeah.
But why don't they give the PSN original or PlayStation originals trophies?
Because
Because you can play it on your PSP.
You can play on your PSP. That's one thing, and then and actually that is a very good point. But number two is those old games are just tossed on the system. They're not editing them at all.
Right.
They're adding the manuals in there, and that's pretty much it. Everything else is just directly over, and the emulator's doing everything.
Does a lot of work really go into like setting? Because to me it just seems like you can just go into the code and put triggers in certain places, even if it was just like progress, and as opposed to like measuring if you got all the magic spells or something like that. I don't know. It just seems to me like kind of lazy, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I think the
It's-
PS1 thing is just the trophies or the PSP thing.
And it is.
No, it is. Yeah, it is lazy. It just sucks that it seems like most of the work that has gone into getting PS1 games out there is just getting other publishers to get involved.
Right.
yeah.
That's it. That seems to be the most of the like.
Well, like Final Fantasy VII, I understand. I think the PSP thing is probably one of the huge reasons. But
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII with trophies, man, I'd play that game again, even though I don't like it that much.
I've been playing it.
Hey, real quick.
We've
what
never
did-
talked about
I
this,
know.
yeah.
What have you been thinking so far?
I enjoy it.
All right.
I mean, I run into the same
Final Fantasy VII
the
we're talking
same-
about here.
I run into the same problems of just like random battles.
You just don't like random battles.
Well, yeah. I mean, I just want to keep the story going, and then I get lost in like 15 random battles with floating fish. It's like,
I was very happy when I saw that message from you, though.
Yeah.
It was so cute.
yep.
To get back on traffic here, or back on topic a little bit here with PS3 versus everyone. For my money, so Sony's big guns have been games like, with the PS2 particularly, have been games like God of War, whatever Team Ico's doing, Gran Turismo,
Smuggler's Run.
Smuggler's Run,
Final Fantasies.
I love
Final
Smuggler's Run.
Fantasies. All of these games are on the horizon, but none of them have hit the system yet.
Yeah.
And I think that, Sony's been struggling for a while to kind of make the PS3 stand out so much, you know what I mean? There's been games like Uncharted and, Metal Gear Solid 4, and those have done, a good job of saying, here are great reasons to own the system, but the signature Sony stuff hasn't appeared yet. But all that stuff is coming, hopefully, within the next 12 months. You know what I mean? If the farthest one out seems to be The Last Guardian, but God of War is in March, Gran Turismo hopefully sometime first quarter next year, if it's somehow not December or whatever.
Yep.
What else was it? Last Guardian hopefully is coming in, and
Uncharted
then
clearly.
Uncharted's coming,
Uncharted's here.
yeah.
Very
And
soon.
so all of these games are actually, and then Final Fantasy 13 is
Multi-platform.
yeah at some point, but still,
Yeah, no, but hey, it's still coming.
Yeah.
Which is
And
awesome.
Versus.
Are we going to
still
get
have
that?
Versus.
Are we going to get it on PS3 first in the States, or is that going to come
Same
out
time as
same
360 in the States.
Yeah.
So
But we still have the action version, the Versus 13,
Yeah.
exclusive to us.
But all of
That's
these,
two,
all of these
whatever
things
it's
that are signature
It's a
Sony franchises, and then of course there's the year-long rumored Twisted Metal will eventually be coming. So and all of these things are going to be hitting the PS3 sooner than later, if you count over the next year. And I think at that point, Sony will finally have back its branding that people are known. The PS2 is known for basically. I don't know. I mean, we're coming up on the system's going to be 3 years old here in November.
Yeah.
So, is that too late? I mean, we're going to be seeing these games in the fourth year of the system, which is kind of bad.
Crazy. Yeah.
I gotta give them props though. I mean, at least they're not going back to like bankable franchises and just trying to milk them.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a very genuine attempt to make new IPs from the guys who made those great franchises in the previous hardware. So I don't know. I kind of like that. I mean, if we got Jack and Daxter instead of Uncharted, I think I'd actually be kind of sad.
I would be
because
pissed.
Uncharted's really, really, really good.
Yeah, Uncharted is great.
So, and by the same token, I think Resistance maybe didn't like the second one as much, but I thought it was a really, really good foundation for stuff.
I mean, that's the thing is
And,
that they were trying to start new IPs here.
Yeah.
And the same thing
Yeah.
with Infamous.
Inf-
Same thing with Uncharted.
Infamous is a really good.
Infamous is
Yeah.
so good.
It's why it sucks that the first
And I would take
iteration
that
has to
over
be adopted by hardcore fans, or and that we're all like, Uncharted was awesome, and blah blah, and like somebody's like, I'm not going to buy a PS3 for it, but now the two's coming out and more people are excited for it. You got to get that ball rolling to get the
Yeah.
franchise going.
But by the same token, when they went back and they grabbed Warhawk from the PS1 days and updated that, and they did that game is so damn good.
Yeah.
It really is. So I mean, if they can do that, continue franchises and give them that kind of proper respect. And that game didn't even have single player. It was going to have single player, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine how much better it would be if the single player was as good as multiplayer. But then again, that's why there isn't single
I
player.
haven't played Warhawk in a long, long time.
Yeah, I haven't.
Makes me
either.
think- Not
Threw
since
it
your
in a
house.
little while ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Oh my god!
Still
Yeah,
really
you're
good.
right.
There's not that same weird
You want
like.
to add something else?
I was just going to say, today's July 16th.
Yes,
Yeah.
sounds right.
Holy
That's
Whatever. Go. Okay.
it's our me and Ryan started 2 years ago today.
Yep. This is our anniversary.
Congrats, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Man,
Well
that's-
done.
And get us.
And get us, yeah. And he was
And
just
someone
here.
who
And he
doesn't
was
work.
here.
And he doesn't, and another person that doesn't work here anymore.
Yes, yes.
But there you go. It's our
He started that
anniversary.
day.
And this is exciting.
3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Does anybody want to add anything else before we move on to some reader mail?
I think you're kind of cute.
Oh.
All right, I'll take that. That's fine.
That works.
That was random but awesome.
Yeah.
Here's what I was going to say.
No, we're moving.
The biggest reason why I am not quite as invested in the 360 as I was even just a little while ago, it's because a lot of the stuff that I want to get, I know is going to come out on the PC. And now that I just bought a new PC, built my own
Cool, man.
gaming rig, I'm able to play a lot of that stuff in high resolution at better frame rates, all that stuff.
That kind of stuff's becoming more affordable, right?
Yeah, I went all out for mine. I ended up dropping like $1,300 all told.
That's not bad at all, though.
But it's like it's an i7 system, so I probably won't have to upgrade it for a long time. And if I do, I'll just add like a faster chip. But it's like 4 cores on it, and they all have multi-threading, so it makes it.
Do you have
look like
Minesweeper?
8. Yeah, I run Minesweeper really fast.
Damn.
Really, really fast.
Chips challenge.
Yes.
Building your own rig has
Ski-free,
always
man.
been
Woo!
cheaper, right?
Yeah. Well, it depends. Usually, you can get stuff cheaper from like Dell or whatever because they buy all their stuff in bulk. But then you know exactly what's going into the thing, and you can pick and choose. Okay, I want RAM that's this fast.
Yeah.
I want this big a hard drive. I want all that stuff. So
And if you're good at it, it's easier to troubleshoot because you know what you're looking for.
much easier.
Anyway, let's get on to
And
some
it's
reader
fun
mail.
putting it together. It's like Legos.
Maelstrom.
Mailman.
Our first piece of mail comes from Super Jedi SS3. You know what we need is a mail guy like on Pee-wee's Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne. Get Morpheus up in here. We'd say, he's sitting there on the couch, be like, oh, don't say the word of the day. And then he comes by and he's like, Pee-wee, I got mail. He's like, yeah. So the first piece of mail comes from Super Jedi SS3. He says, I can't remember where I read this, but is Onimusha coming back? I like the first two, but they kind of lost me. Anybody on the PlayStation team a fan of the series? And what would you add to the next one?
Oh, I hope
yes.
so, dude.
Yeah.
Those games are great. The first two, I agree, the first two were the best. And the fourth one was
Four
good.
is awesome.
The third one, when they travel to present day,
Not so good. Colin, not a fan.
not so good. Those games are really good, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there was a rumor last week, right, that they're working on it?
Yeah, there was they had a teaser site that they'd opened up for stuff. What just had like a date, and that was like Sengoku era. So people kind of assumed. I can't remember what it turned out to be.
It was, something that was not it whatsoever.
Yeah.
Oh, bummer.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, maybe still, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see.
I like that those games use like pre-rendered backgrounds and stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's still kind of a sort of a dying.
It's nice.
Take on
Sometimes
things?
it's nice.
Yeah. No, you can get a ton of detail in getting pre-rendered backgrounds. I mean, yeah, you're kind of bumping into like invisible bounding boxes and stuff, but it's still a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
2779 writes in with a very interesting question. In this day and age, do reviews matter?
Yes.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's actually, a really good time for reviews. I've always been a big fan of as many voices as you can get. So I think right now the fact that there are a bajillion sites that all can, get rated here and people can put them on the message boards and there's game stats and yada yada. I think that's awesome. I think I want as many opinions on a $60 investment as I can get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now, here's one interesting thing about this is that a lot of games come out with demos, and you download the demos, and in a lot of cases, actually, is the demo will either be everything that's good about the game and there's nothing else and the rest of it's a waste, or vice versa, where the demo is maybe not that great, but when you play the whole package, it's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, reviews, I think, for even if you go and you play the demo, it's good to go check out the review and see if even if you ignore the score, read through it and see if what they're saying matches up with what you thought about the demo and, all that kind of stuff. So if somebody's like, I don't like the controls, but you liked in the demo, maybe it's fine for you.
Yeah.
So-
And if you end up like sort of following someone, their taste in games, and if they kind of match up with yours, then you can look at that person and go, okay, well, they like this. So chances are, given their history of stuff, so yeah.
And I will tell you one big thing where reviews are very important is for games that you might have otherwise completely ignored.
Yes, absolutely.
One good example of this would be BlazBlue, which Ryan reviewed recently and gave a 9.4. Hardcore fighting people might have been, paying attention to this, but maybe other people were like, I don't know about it at all. It's a fighting game, blah, blah, blah. I like them, but I'm not crazy about them. And then they may have seen that 9.4 rating and goes, ooh, this looks interesting. Clicked on the review, looked at it, and said, this looks like a pretty game. Ryan loved it. I'm going to check it out. And then you get a couple more sales from it. Now, that didn't really work for Valkyria Chronicles, but that was a
Way to
travesty.
save that one.
We'll have to look at the.
That's sad.
If MPD does come
Don't
in, I
joke
want to see
about that.
the life of date, because I think that there was sort of an uptick in the past couple of months where it just sort of rebounded.
Valkyria.
Yeah, randomly. So, and now we have the PSP sequel.
Yes.
You jerks didn't buy it, so now it's going to the PSP instead of the PS3 where it should be.
Yeah, even less trophies than before.
A-holes.
No trophies.
There's no trophies.
It's got the anti-trophies. It actually takes
I
trophies
can't believe they
away
won't
from you.
patch that game for trophies.
Yeah.
It's really frustrating. This guy at 3 got trophies this week, though, right? Today?
Or
It was
16th. Yeah, 16th.
yeah, today.
So now I can finally play it.
Yeah,
There you go.
Exactly.
Now you're ready.
It's in good thing you
Hope you
didn't
didn't start it
because it
before.
would have erased your save. 4444 says we seem to be seeing more and more older titles getting trophy patches lately.
Wow.
Disgaea 3 is
Prophetic.
coming this week, and Bionic Commando Rearmed is announced for patch 2. Does anybody think
Thought
there's
they
a
beat
chance
that.
for seeing a patch for Hot Shots Golf? God, I wish that would happen. That game is
That'd
awesome.
be awesome.
Maybe.
That
Yeah,
would be,
yeah,
that would be
yeah.
really cool.
Maybe that'll be
Sony's whole approach to patching their own games has been kind of interesting. Smaller stuff. I mean, when did the last guy come out?
End of last year? Or
Yeah.
Is it end or?
It was end of last year.
It was a while
wasn't
ago,
this
right?
year.
I mean,
I want to say it was like September it's between September and November.
Okay,
would be my
so
guess.
9 months and change.
A
Probably.
while. Yeah, it wasn't recent.
And
Yeah.
then they just randomly were like, "Oh yeah, we're doing patches for it."
Yeah,
I mean, trophies.
I'm pretty sure that, from what I understand, is that the trophy stuff is to go back and patch stuff is not mandated by Sony. So it's like if the team wants to do it.
Yeah.
And
And it depends on how they built the game too. There are some games where it's not going to be possible to throw stuff in there and have it work. Plus, you want the trophies to be kind of meaningful too.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a big fan of it just being there for the sake of getting X number of whatever.
Yeah.
I'd rather
Valkyria
have it add
Chronicles
something to the
would've
game.
been-
So
Yeah,
See,
if
the
it-
thing
if
is,
it's
the
9
thing
months
is, though,
later or whatever.
a golf game is so based on stats.
Yes, that is very
it
true.
seems like it would be easy. You know, hey, shoot less than a 68 on this course, get your first hole in one. Get 4 birdies in a round or whatever. That seems like a
And
piece
traditionally,
of cake.
that series
should
is
make
really good
trophies.
about rewards, about giving you stuff to kind of keep you playing. And the PS3 one was a little slim on that. You got little stuff that you could do for your little online character.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say little about 18,000 more times. But as far as like overall rewards, it wasn't as deep as some like the PSP ones. PSP ones
were
tons
so
of stuff
deep.
in them.
Yeah.
So that would be a nice little extra value thing. So
Yeah.
I
We
hope
don't
they
know,
make a
but
sequel to it, basically.
we
and fix
agreed.
it.
4.
Yeah.
Sequel. Hot Shots.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Roper. I just want to say too. I agree with you saying I would rather have trophies be more thoughtful than or not get because like I played Terminator Salvation just for those gold trophies. That was just it was stupid.
Did you plat that thing?
No, I didn't because I found the game personally. Maybe people make fun of me. I found the game really hard, like really
No,
like,
it's supposed to
unforgiving.
be,
And because of the load
like
times,
BS hard though, right?
Yeah,
Like not
exactly, like almost like NES hard. Like where like you just and the load times were awful, and it would have to load every time you died. So after I died 4 or 5 times doing this and having to wait 30 seconds to play again, I'm like,
F that.
forget it.
Yeah.
But you got all the gold then. Just
Yeah.
Bredesen writes in, he says, any chance, if or when the PS3 Slim launches, that it has different pack-ins, like say maybe a cheap HDMI cable or Bluetooth headset? I will say 0.
Yeah, definitely not.
Sony wants to make the system, you would think, Sony wants to make the system as cheap as humanly possible to get more people to buy the PS3, and if they start adding in stuff that wraps up the cost, and then, ta-da, now you're still looking at $400 for a system.
Yeah, we're talking about a company that went through revisions of their hardware and dropped 2 USB ports and card readers, even though I don't think they fundamentally changed the motherboard. So they just literally left off 2 ports that were connected to the board when they did like their first revision of stuff.
To save money.
Just to say cut costs wherever possible.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
No.
Yeah. Pseudoprime1979 says he was playing Infamous this weekend for Platinum when he was doing several stunts, and all you could think was, man, I would never do it if not for the trophy. Do we personally go out of our ways for achievements, trophies, and to what extent do you venture for these things?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Can we get Will Tuttle on to answer this? And Will Tuttle would say, yes, I will do anything for any trophy.
Well, he did for achievements. Yeah,
Achievements.
trophy he doesn't care about
He doesn't care about trophies, but he
Yeah.
does for achievements. But same thing.
His score must be massive by now, right?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That stunt silver trophy was a pain, though. Man, some of those stunts.
I told you how to do it, and then it's easy once you get 25 guys in one room and you're done. There you go.
Well,
Do it.
yeah,
No,
but I know.
no.
But it's not like Crash and Splash, whatever it's called. The one
So
where
you
you
have
had
to hit him and then like powerbomb on
Yeah, you have to like jump in the air, hit a guy, and then thunder drop
Yeah,
on top.
yeah.
That
of
one
him.
was really hard. I tried
Yeah,
for probably about an
definitely.
hour and a half, just sitting there in one mission where guys just kind of came spilling out.
Yeah.
And I was up on the roof and I would just like jump off, screwed it up, jump back up there, almost die, wait for a little bit, recharge. Okay, do it again.
Yeah, it was really obnoxious. Like I feel bad too because I wrote the guide and we got a lot of emails saying like, "Can I still get these stunts if I beat the game and I cleared the map?" And I'm like, "Nope, sorry, dude. Like you need to like the one where you have to push 3 guys off a roof at the same time,
Yeah.
whatever." I'm like, "You're not going to ever find that anywhere." And except for like it maybe randomly spawns.
Yeah,
somewhere,
randomly they'll have some. Like,
So yeah, if you're listening and you're playing through Infamous and you haven't beat it yet, make sure to get all the stunts before you beat the game.
there's that one thing when you cross over from the neon to the the Warren. Yeah, when you cross from Neon to Warren, right at the base of like where that connection is, if you just go a little bit to the left, there's one there that I've talked about it before on the show a bunch of times. I think it was called Street Fight. You know titles, don't you? It's a gang war pretty much between the Dustmen.
Oh, like where you have to get involved in
and
their
the Reapers.
Yeah,
that is the best place to do that. It's the best place to just farm XP. Because, I mean, what happens is you kill everyone there, do as many stunts as you can, and then when it comes down to the last guy, just stand there and let him kill you. And then it restarts you, and you still have all your XP, and you're right there. You just do it again, do it again, do it again.
Yeah.
There you go. Frog Splash 45 says he almost spat Cheetos all over his Devo box when he saw that leaked PS3 Slim video. Do we believe that the design is real, or were the video and pictures all a hoax? It seems like the video may have been fake.
Yeah, the video.
It's possibly that somebody put together something that looked like it. There's another one on YouTube now called New PS3 Slim Video.
Look it up. Look it up.
Yeah. The same guy that uploaded Clemence's Dry Throat also uploaded this video. But go check that one out. They show you the ports in that video.
I'm kind of
I'm
kind of convinced that video might be real. Obviously the first one.
Yeah,
the Slim is absolutely
the second one's real.
No, yeah,
Show the ports real. I mean, the design looks correct. The video, like I'm saying, may have been a mock-up.
Have you guys been following that whole the tale of what happened with all that?
I saw a little bit of it where somebody
it's crazy, twisty, turny sort of situation. Yeah,
I saw. So what I was reading was that it was from the Philippines, and they get stuff there early. Sometimes it's stolen or whatever, and then somebody got it, and then some other guy had the camera, and there was a crowd of people, so you couldn't get a clear shot of it. Why is it that every single time somebody finds a new piece of hardware, they can't get a clear shot of it?
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's some sort of prerequisite. It has to be a blurry cam shot, shaky. Yeah.
But it makes sense that it might have migrated because they're making them in Singapore, right? So maybe like someone walked out of off the line with just this open, put it in his bag or whatever, and then it found its way on the black market.
It didn't come with an actual official box or anything. It just had a box and a DualShock, and I think the cables to connect it. And that was it. But apparently was bought by some Indian dude who runs a store also somewhere around there. Yeah. And he has not put it up for sale yet, as far as I know. So
man, you got to take some pictures. I feel bad for Sony because all their secrets are leaking left and right.
They cannot hang on to anything.
It's awful.
Amazing.
Is it their fault, or is it just that people so desperately want to scoop it up?
I don't think this is Sony's fault. This is like somebody from the factory, because you have to have it produced
manufacturing
somewhere.
League.
Yeah, it's like
But I mean, it just seems like they've had awful luck recently.
Yeah.
Keeping
the thing with the PSP Go and the episode of Core going up early
that was totally their bad.
That was their fault. Somebody on Sony's end. Yeah. But this thing, I think, is just factory worker, or whatever. Damo SX writes in. He says, "Do you think there's any chance for a remote play app for the iPhone? Box Cheetos and Devo beyond." I think that's about it. It would be awesome, and maybe somebody could somehow homebrew it, and you could put it on a jailbroken iPhone. But an official thing, I don't think there's any way in hell, because Sony wants you to buy the PSP to play remote play.
It's the whole idea is that it's the connectivity.
It would be awesome, but
they have done a PSP sort of to PC emulator or whatever. So that does sort of tap into the remote play protocols, which is just normal.
So maybe somebody could do it, but it wouldn't be official. You wouldn't find it on the App Store.
Not Sony.
Smoky90 says, here's another quick question. He was at GameStop the other day, and on the list of releases, they had Uncharted 2 slated for a November release. Do you think that Naughty Dog and Other Brilliance would release Uncharted 2 in the same month as Assassin's Creed 2 and Modern Warfare 2? First off, there is no official release date for Uncharted 2 yet, so November may or may not be true. It's just fall. Furthermore, if Sony is going to put a game up to compete directly with Assassin's Creed and Modern Warfare, it would be Uncharted.
Yeah, it has to be.
So it's the question of, does Sony want to go to head-to-head or give it room and try to have Uncharted breathe on its own? That's it's kind of same thing. You look at the TV schedules. Hey, do you put what shows? Do you put your best show up against 24 or something, or do you put it some other time?
I would look to their release date structure for Infamous versus Prototype.
Yeah,
as sort of an indicator of what
they
usually
bail at the last second.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's like, okay, what's coming out here?
June.
Okay,
you're coming out
2 weeks earlier.
September.
Yeah.
But they seem to be
that's not how math works.
really keen on getting the stuff done and shipped out to retailers quite a bit earlier than the games are actually released.
Yeah,
like Killzone was. People had that for like a month before it was actually out. So.
Yeah. Fortune and Glory says, a few times on the show and in his reviews, Greg has mentioned that one mark of a great game is his ability to pull you in, make you forget you're actually playing a game, and genuinely care about the characters.
I never said that.
Yeah, you did.
I know. I say it all the time. I say it all the time.
He's interested in knowing 2 picks from each member of the team about what games have done this for us. Greg, why don't you start this off since you said it before?
Oh, well, yeah. Uncharted and Metal Gear, solid. The first one there on PS1. Both those were just amazing experiences, I felt, when I first played them or whatever.
On any system?
I thought it,
Ryan.
Oh man, just off the top of my, there's been a ton because I like RPGs.
Top
the
2.
top of my head,
Final
Fantasy 7 and Eternal Sonata for PS3.
There you go.
Yeah.
Colin?
I'll go with recent ones. I think I really related to Cole and Infamous. You feel bad for him.
Yeah, totally. That's true. That's true.
And I think Fallout 3, I think that character very much becomes you the more you play it. I mean, no one's played it as much as me, but
Infamous is a good one. I definitely that game showed me sides of myself that I didn't really know. Because when I was bad, I actually really liked just messing stuff up. I know, I'm a bastard. And then I'd also go with either Eco or Shadow of the Colossus, one of the two, if not both. I mean, that game, both those games have a way of getting you so emotionally invested in them that by the time it's over, you're like, oh, I really.
Yeah, I would agree with Shadow of the Colossus, and I might say the chapters 4 and 5, give or take, of Metal Gear Solid 4, especially kind of their little end run where Solid Snake is. I'll just say he's crawling in case you haven't finished the game. That sequence there is it. Last piece of mail that I got here comes from Tony. Hey. He says he has a question about Heavy Rain. He was reading in a magazine that it said it would have 8 to 10 hours of gameplay. Do we know if it's 8 to 10 hours for each character or total? The answer is total.
It is total for one run, but because it branches so much.
You totally want to go back and play the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you are encouraged to do it multiple times.
Remember, if you die, that's it for that character. So
wait, I'm sorry, which
Heavy
Rain? Heavy Rain.
So,
that game looks so good.
Yes, it does.
It really does.
It does.
Now,
just
continuing
seeing the uncomfortable parts at E3.
Now, continuing, this is kind of often tied in with reader mail a little bit. I got a hit of the week right here. Somebody, why? What do you got?
Well, I've had a special hit of the week that I've been saving for a while.
And I have too. Oh, let's just do a triple threat.
All right, we'll do triple threat hit of the week.
Oh,
no.
So Ryan will have the main official, but the sub hits of the week, your side missions.
Yes. Bonus
in
objectives.
the kill zone, in _ kill zone. He wrote in. He replied to my.
It's on my friends list.
Replied to a Twitter deal, and he wants to be hit of the week. Sam, what do you got? Submission.
Submission is Mr. _ and then Bevolution, like Revolution, but with a B.
Good.
So, there you go. It got like a bunch of crazy caps and stuff in there, but I think it doesn't matter. So
yeah. And Ryan, the primary target.
You guys are going to feel bad because this guy seems like a genuinely nice guy. And he should have been the only hit of the week, but that's okay.
What happens if you don't tell us ahead of time? You just drop in, expect us not to know?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. This was courtesy of Facebook from a while ago. This is coming from Curtis. Curtis is a listener of Beyond. Seems like a really cool guy. He sent me a message, and towards the bottom of the message, he said it very offhandedly, so he wasn't trying to be a sob story, but he was talking about how he's had a heart defect since being a kid, and he's just been in and out of surgery and the hospital, and he's 17 now. And he said, yeah, I've had a normal life. It's been totally fine, but it's made me, aware of things, and I really appreciate the games that I play and like the good times that I have, and I really want to be hit of the week. Absolutely, you will be hit of the week. Curtis's PSN name is Haynes22. Haynes is spelled Hynes 22, all one word. Definitely, this is a kind and good-spirited hit of the week. Do not send this guy bad messages.
I don't back this one. You said how long ago did he send this to you?
Like a couple weeks ago, I think.
Maybe he's dead.
That's pretty much the worst thing of all time.
I'm not saying it happened. I'm just saying it's been a crazy week for death or month for deaths. Last 30 days have been insane. Maybe
you were a terrible person.
Trouble comes in threes.
If Curtis doesn't respond to your messages, I'm just saying, then you can message Clements and say, hey. Thanks. You saw a drowning guy.
Broke my heart, you bastard.
Here's Clements driving home. Passes the guy. He's so thirsty.
Greg, I think you just made a lot of enemies.
No, I don't think so. I have enough enemies. Dude. Don't worry about it.
PSN it confirmed.
There we go. All right.
Man.
You're in a desert. You ask Clements for a drink of water. 3 weeks later, he comes back. Here you go. I'm dead. I couldn't drink the water. It was sand.
I'm not going to touch this one anymore. Wrapping up the end of the show, I'm going to get to stuff about 100 here in a second. Before I do that, let me follow us on Twitter, IGN.com. Go to iTunes, rate us. We're all on Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter, Chris_Roper. Anything else?
Yeah, I got something. You can follow me next week at San Diego Comic-Con.
There it is. Comic-Con is next week.
I will be there working hard for the money and Twittering and all that jazz and posting stories. However, next Thursday, July 23rd, 5:30 to 6:30 is the Uncharted 2 panel featuring Nolan North, Amy Hennig, all the Naughty Dogs, all the voice cast, all crazy people. And for some unknown reason, they've picked me to host the whole freaking thing. So if you want to go to a panel where I will be cursing and then saying, I shouldn't have said that, and being a giant idiot, I will be there. When I open the panel, I am going to give out a fat Beyond, and someone there must be ready to say Beyond back. Because if I yell that in front of the couple hundred kids who are going to be there and no one responds with a Beyond, I will be incredibly I will cry. Not to mention that no one on the panel will know why I just screamed Beyond, and then I will just sit there and look like an idiot.
Or why you suddenly started crying, right?
Yeah, exactly. This is a loaded gun I'm putting in my mouth, and you have to stop me from pulling the trigger.
Why is this grown man crying?
He's just blubbering. Screaming.
Okay, so as always, if you want to write in for reader mail, send a question to beyond@ign.com. But now this extends to a couple of things. Now, as we mentioned last week, because Comic-Con's going on, fortunately I don't have jury duty. I'm safe from that. But, yes, I'm very happy about that one.
That justice system.
Yeah. A free man might be guilty, or vice versa. An innocent man might be put in jail because I'm not there to defend him. But regardless, I didn't make the rules.
He couldn't have been the killer because his fingers look like they've been playing Guitar Hero.
That's what I'm talking about.
No one else will be able to pick up on that.
Only I would see that. A bunch of old men and ladies. You think they play at World Tour? I don't think so. But anyway,
I don't think so.
Now, today is episode 99. Next, so 100 is going to be in 2 weeks. So that Greg's back in full effect. We're lining up some pretty cool stuff for that. So next week is a best of clip show. We've already gotten a lot of great submissions for that, but send in your favorites. If you know the episode, hopefully at least the episode, but if you know the time also something's happened, if you want to hear a song, a clip, anything kind of cool, send it in to beyond.ign.com.
Do not send general ones. Everybody's been really good. I think I've only seen like one or two where it's like, I don't remember the show or anything, but somebody did this. Like people have actually, we've actually gotten clips from fans.
Yeah.
They sent in the clip they wanted. So if you can do that, more power to you.
So please do that.
And we will thank you.
Now, for 100, we are going to have a room full of people here. It's going to be pretty crazy.
Complete
we have
chaos.
some pretty cool guests that are going to be calling in. We'll have some cool interviews. One thing that we are going to do, though, and we've been kind of hoping to throwing this idea around for a while, is we are going to do reader call-ins for reader mail. So we're not going to read off stuff. But in order for this to work properly, so our phone's not ringing off the hook, is we are going to call you on the show and ask you, say, hey, we got you on the phone, and then you can say your question. So
I am acting. You better do this.
Yeah. So now I will say right off, I am going to give preference to the people that have been writing in forever. iMac and those kind of guys, 2779, these kind of guys. Yeah. So write us. Obviously, you don't want to post your phone number on the boards unless you don't care. So write us at write us at beyond@ign.com and tell us who you are in a name that we recognize. So don't say your name is Bob. Tell us that you are 2779 or whatever, and give us your phone number and what kind of question you're going to ask us. You can ask us whatever you want, but if I'm going to call you and then you're just going to say, what's your favorite color? I'm not going to, whatever. So I prefer to have some kind of cool questions. So think of something cool you'd like to ask us on the air, and we'll do that kind of stuff.
And when are we going to be calling them?
That is the question. So the episode 100 will be on that Thursday, obviously, the 30th, I think the date is.
Yeah, I got my phone. I'll check.
Whatever that. Yeah, no, it's the 30th.
No, you're right, yeah.
We're going to record the show on the 28th, though, because it's going to require so much editing. It's going to have to be kind of non-linear. So on the 28th, and depending on when our guests are available, we'll determine when we actually record the bulk of the show. So you would need to be available for calling during the day on the 28th. So
during normal business hours.
Normal business hours.
Pacific time.
On Pacific time.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be recording around lunchtime, maybe a little bit after that. We'll see how that goes. But if you have if you send us your phone number, please do let us know if it's your direct number or if it's to a house and your mom might answer or something. That way we know if.
What's up, Billy? Who is this?
Yeah. So
rough this up.
Also, note that since the show is not going to be live, if I call you and you just start saying stupid crap, you're not going to get on the show, so make it count. Yeah. But,
try not to swear because then I have to go and edit even more.
Yeah. But anyway, so that should be pretty cool. So again, send it to beyond@ign.com. Tell us who you are, your board name if applicable. Give us your phone number. and what kind of question you would like to ask us about. And then we will take it from there and give you a call and see what's going on. So that is pretty much the end of episode 99. The next time...
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's over.
Remember, next week is the clip show, so send in cool clips. And then after that, we will be talking to you from episode 100 and some of you on the air. Yeah.
Triple digits.
So that should be pretty cool. And if everything goes to plan, just as a warning, episode 100 will very likely be 2 parts. So it'll be an extended show, probably 2 parts. So if you go on there and
same day though, you just got to download
same
both.
day.
Yeah.
So if you go on iTunes and it downloads part 1, make sure it also gets part 2 or whatever. But anyway, so be on the lookout
a lot
for
of
that.
information this episode.
Yeah, there is. So
they can handle it.
No,
they can do it.
No.
We'll mention some of this stuff again for next week. But yeah, please do that. And I think that pretty much wraps up 99, which is kind of crazy because next time
it's the real show.
Yeah, next time it's on. But so we will be back with the clip show next week, and then 100. Anybody have anything else to add before we get out of here?
I can't believe it's been 100 episodes.
I love you guys.
It's pretty crazy.
Come see me at Comic-Con.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, go yell Beyond at Greg's.
Okay, so here's what everyone needs to do. Everyone should go and check him out, but then just wait and let it hang there.
No, don't do that.
Yep. Just, wait about 30 seconds.
30 seconds?
Yep.
So there's awkward silence. I go,
exactly.
Blah, 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 and then I go,
you start moving on, and then
No.
and then they can do it.
Don't make me and IGN look like a fool in front of everyone.
Yeah, just you. Okay, don't do that.
Our fans are all slow.
Yeah. That's not good. Yeah, we're going to lose all our content because everybody will think that our readers don't know what they're talking about. Anyway, who's got a song for the end of the show?
I didn't have anything.
Oh, God.
What did
My
you...
throat was hurting me. But
What?
Oh,
No.
it's falling apart.
I didn't want to sing. I
We're
mean,
right
We're on the cusp of greatness.
I mean,
10-yard line.
I've had this poem ready
I thought
to be
this was
read.
the plan.
You want to do the poem?
I mean,
You wanna do mellow
I've had
poetry?
a poem. I want to. By the way, I want to signal you for when you introduce the drums because I know sometimes you don't know when to kick it up a notch.
Yeah.
So I'll signal
I know
you.
when to kick it up a notch.
No, you just
I'm always on
He
point.
knows when.
I'm always on point.
It's not a long poem, but it's longer than
Okay, hold on. Let me get
2
prepped here.
sentences from the Raven that I did last
Let
time.
me get a little. It's a guitar solo going.
All right, we're back to metal poetry, everyone.
Yeah.
This
To
is
another
metal
session.
poetry. This is a
Come
poem.
to.
This is the full. This is exciting because this is the full version of a poem that a lot of people have not heard, but they are quite familiar with if you're a Gears of War fan.
Ooh.
Okay, and it's definitely a poem that people should read in its entirety.
Okay. Here we go.
Hopefully, my sore throat will help the
Are you
coldness
ready?
of my voice. Oh, I'm so ready.
Metal Poetry Part 3.
I have a rendezvous with death at some disputed barricade when spring comes back with rustling shade and apple blossoms fill the air. I have a rendezvous with death when spring brings back blue days and fair. It may be he shall take my hand and lead me into his dark land and close my eyes and quench my breath. It may be I shall pass him still, or I have some rendezvous with death on some scarred slope of battered hill. When God comes round again this year, and the first meadow flowers appear. God knows but we're better to be deep, pillowed in silk and scented down, where love throbs out in blissful sleep, pulse nigh to pulse and breath to breath, where hushed awakenings are dear. But I've a rendezvous with death at midnight in some flaming town, when spring trips north again this year.
And I to my pledged word am true. I shall not fail that rendezvous.